Go big. What are we talking about with this? Well, at Rythmia, that's an understatement. That's what we do here. And what do I mean by that? Well, everybody that comes to Rythmia has an intention or something in their life that they're trying to work through, or issues that they've hit brick walls with that they're trying to overcome. We have people that have a history of depression, history of anxiety, history of trauma. They have all kinds of things that they're working on. They might be at a crossroads in their life. And, there's ways that you can kind of get a little insight on those things in life. You can go see a therapist, you can go to some groups, you can, be on meds, you can have a daily practice. There's a lot of great things you can do, and some things that are maybe not so great. Some people develop an alcohol problem when they when they try to resolve their depression. So there's a lot of things that are not serving you any longer out in the world. And at Rythmia, we have a program that peels back all the layers that you've been using to guard yourself against pain or against being vulnerable. And the reason why we say that you should go big is because there's no better time than now to address the things that have been holding you back and to get clarity on your future and to plug into yourself truly and not be dissociated anymore. Now, as a psychologist in Los Angeles, I have a doctorate in psychology. And what I used to do in my practice is I would work with people that had all these different issues, personality disorders, depression, anxiety, all these different things. And they had one thing in common. They were all dissociated. Now, what does that even mean? It means that they weren't connected to themselves. They weren't plugged into them. They were numb. They were coasting through life in a way that wasn't productive. They didn't feel authentically grounded in themselves. They couldn't have healthy relationships. Their friends and family were telling them often, "Hey, what's wrong? Like, what's going on? You don't seem like you're yourself." And they've just been pushing through life in autopilot and cruise mode. So my clients took years to get past this. And it depended on the situation. Everybody's a little different. Some people resolved it in a year. Some people took several years, but some people never resolved it. And the reason is because doing this kind of work to really peel back the resistance that you have in your life, it can be hard and it can be scary. Because if you don't trust people, that usually stems from childhood when you were very trusting and very open and very connected to everything around you, and you were disappointed or scared or abused in some way. And so what happens is your openness and your vulnerability shut down and you went inward. And then you tried to survive from this place of fear. And you went through your life not trusting people and with your guard up. And now you're alone. At least emotionally, you feel alone. You might have people around you. You might even be married or in a relationship, but there's a disconnect there. There's not this really grounded feeling of intimacy or connection. And the reason for that is because you're dissociated. You're unplugged from the true you. So when I think about what does it mean to go big, I believe it means to get past all of that and actually connect with yourself. Now, why is this scary? Well, when you were 5 years old and this all began, you were a little kid. You ever seen a 5-year-old? I have a 5-year-old son right now. He can get scared kind of easily. Well, he's pretty tough, not usually, but he can get scared over things. And in this big world that we're in at age 5, you can get overwhelmed pretty quick. And you can have fear that's really, really real in those moments of childhood. And then that fear becomes your baseline for how you deal with life. And if you think, all right, well, I need to open up, I need to connect with other people, I need to lower my guard and actually be vulnerable. Well, those are very scary things to ask somebody to do. It's really scary to try to be vulnerable if you have unresolved fear. I deal with people all the time that are having a really hard time finding a partner or getting into a relationship that's meaningful. They can't find the right people. The dating scene is so hard. And there's like, how do you meet people these days? And all these apps and all this stuff. It's really complicated. It's not easy. And everybody's always looking for what's the next best thing. And so you might have a date with somebody And the next thing you know, they've canceled it because there's something else they're doing last minute. And it's just this ongoing whirlwind of disconnect, and you feel alone, and it's sad, and you don't know what to do. And you know intellectually what's going on, but you can't get past it emotionally. You know that, okay, well, you probably have some issues with your dad. You probably have some issues with your mom, or you probably have some abandonment stuff, or you probably feel that there's this attachment issue, or you feel that, you're not worthy of anybody's love. There's all these things that go through your mind because you've been feeling like this your whole life, and you have to come up with some sort of reason. And that's the best conclusion you can come to. So you're alone, and you're scared, and you're worried. And what do? Well, it's not easy, but I have an answer. And what I see every week at Rhythmia are people in that exact situation that believe that the reason they're alone and the reason that they're fearful is because of these outside circumstances, because of these things that happened to them. Now, those outside circumstances that happened to them created a response in the individual, but that individual is the one living it. You're the one living it. And how do you get past these things that are holding you back? Well, you have to actually connect with your true self. And if you're in a defensive mode of avoidance, or if you're resistant to actually true intimacy, and if you're blocking any sort of vulnerable feeling, it's very hard, if not impossible, to find the right person to connect and have a relationship with. So that's why you keep picking people that are inappropriate, or you keep picking people that are not really available emotionally. And you're picking people that will hurt you or abandon you eventually anyway, and they all do. That's because that's what's familiar. Doesn't mean it's what's nice and good. It's just what you're used to. So you continue in this pattern all the time, and that's what's happening. And you feel you'll never get out of it. And you're getting worried because you're thinking, all my friends are getting married. Everybody around me is moving on with relationships. Why am I alone? Or why do I not meet the right person? That's because your energy is attracting that same type of person who's not ready for a relationship, who's not evolved emotionally, who's not healed in the way they need to be. So you're finding people like that. We need to get your energy higher and up, where you can attract those vibe people that are appropriate for you. And what does that higher energy look like? It looks like not depressed, not anxious in a way that's like all the time anxious. Like, we have anxiety here and there. It's normal, but you're not in an anxiety position all the time. You're not fearful of meeting new people. You have the energy to go to social events. You also feel comfortable about yourself. That's the key to it. You have to have this love and appreciation about who you are. But since you were 5, you've been in this position where you're not good enough. That's how you feel. You don't deserve good things. That's how you feel deep down. Once you can heal that, everything will change. Your vibrational frequency will rise. You'll be around people and vibe on people that are in that same frequency. You'll meet people that are not totally screwed up. You'll meet somebody that's not trying to project onto you their problems. You'll meet people that don't want to control you. You'll meet people that are self-contained in themselves, and they know that they have their own issues, because we all have issues, but they know you'll meet people that are not trying to give you their problems. So it sounds exciting, right? It sounds nice. Well, it's actually scary until you do the work. You have to do the work. And how do you do that work? Well, we've built a program in Costa Rica that does this exact thing, step by step. We help you see who you are. Where are you right now in life? We help you own it and recognize who you actually are. And then we help you merge back with your true self. We help you connect to the true you and heal that inner child wounding that happened when you were 5 or 6. And then we help you get the healing that you deserve. The pain, the trauma, the suffering, the fear, all the stuff you went through, you get to release it. Now, how does this happen? Well, we have a very regimented program that starts on a Saturday or a Sunday and goes until the following Saturday or Sunday. It's 1 week. And you're in classes, you're in breath work, you're in yoga, you're in meditation. You have integration classes every day. You have plant medicine called ayahuasca at night 4 times during the week. And this plant medicine, it's a herbal remedy In the world, they call it plant medicine. We call it ayahuasca. And what this does is it helps you remove all of the mental blocks that are hindering your life and the biases that you have and the trauma. And it helps your brain connect with your prefrontal cortex from the amygdala and the hippocampus. It's a lot of mumbo jumbo, but the bottom line is your brain becomes open to make a change. Because if you can't make a change behaviorally, there's a lot of reasons why neurochemically you're not able to get the dopamine surge you need. Your serotonin is out of sync. There's all these different neuron pathways that are fear-based that are not serving you any longer. And you need to adjust these things. And we call it synaptic plasticity. And that's where your brain can shift and adjust to be more beneficial for you. But that has to be done with intention. You can't drink ayahuasca, do breath work, do meditation, and just hope for the best. You have to have an intention behind it. You have to be mindful about it. You have to be very specific about it, and then it will work. And so we've become very good here at Rythmia about teaching people how to do this. We've had about 17,000 people through these doors, and we've seen patterns, and we're collecting data on the process, and we're doing customer satisfaction surveys at the end of the week, and we're following up with people 6 months later. So we know how this looks after they leave. And we have so much attention on us from different jurisdictions and government bodies and all these different people in the world, because it's almost hard to believe how effective this is. But the difference between Rythmia and these other modalities that exist out in the world that are traditional sort of Western protocols is that this program at Rythmia empowers the individual to make the changes yourself. That's why it sticks, and that's why it works. And we teach you how to do it and what steps to go through to go big and have this miracle happen in your life. So don't waste any more time. Just get down here, call our 800 number, book your week, and you will not regret it. We have a 98% success rate right now on guests at the end of the week saying that they achieved what they came for. That's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. I've never seen statistics like that in my life. Being in LA and healthcare and running rehabs and psych hospitals and private practice and all this stuff, 8% was good, 12% was good of success out of these different programs. We're seeing 98%. And sometimes we have 100%, depending on the week. And those are the people at the end say, I got what I came for. This changed my life. And it sticks because you're the one that did it, not us. We set the stage, we point you in the right direction, and we provide the support that you need. And that's why it works. Don't be afraid anymore. Get down here. Let's get you plugged in. Let's get you no longer dissociated. And let's help you connect with yourself first. And then you can connect with other people if that's your choice. Thanks for watching.